Hello everybody and welcome back to Valdis Story. As always, I'm DW. Last time we went through the Ziggurat and fought Gurno or whatever his name is. We also went back to Sezi and got the Divine Key. So now we have all the abilities and keys that we could ever want to get everything that there is to get in the game. And we're going to do that. Just about. Maybe not. Anyway, first things first, we're going to get a new anti-venom elixir from Dusty here. And then we're going to head over to the abandoned gardens, because there's some things that we'd like to pick up there that we could not pick up before. There's also a new area. So things haven't really changed much in the abandoned gardens. We now are going to be facing some fully upgraded demon enemies, and they can be rather annoying, as I'm sure you'll see. But other than that, it's pretty much the same area. Hey, we're at level 20. So level 20 is the max level in the game. You can get more levels, but it's not quite in the traditional way. Regardless, we probably won't be gaining any more. For our final stat point, we are probably going to go into strength rather. Absolutely going into strength. So our main goal here in this area is to go to the red demon door that's just left of this room. But to do that, we have to go all the way around, and going all the way around is going to be a common theme for this area. I will try to fight most of the enemies that we come across, but sometimes just gotta run away. So behind this stone wall, we will pick up a Dark Heart Stone, and we'll have access to this Mana Crystal, finally. Now, I should have killed all the enemies in this room, because there's no way that we're getting up to the top while there's enemies. These archers are just, like, they'll just pelt you with arrows, and you'll never be able to get up there. At least not easily. Behind that magic barrier, we get our final spirit potion. So now we have all the spirit and health potions, so that's nice, I guess. We are eventually going to come back to that demon door, since that is where the new area is. But first we have to go all the way around. You might remember this room had a whole bunch of treasure, and if you had fallen down to the bottom, it was not easy to get back up and get all of it, so this might be a good time to do that if you are playing along and didn't do it earlier. But this is where we really want to go. In here we have the final item that we need to craft I think it's called the Armor of the Grey Knight. And it's essentially the best armor in the game, at least in terms of armor rating. We'll be seeing that later on. You can see how these demon assassins are just really annoying. Their knives are such a pain in the ass. Fortunately, you can parry them, and I will try to do that. So welcome to the Tainted Lab. This is by far the absolute worst area in the game. Not only is it constantly covered in poison, not only does it have tons of enemies attacking you at once, probably the most amount of enemies you'll see in a single encounter are in this area. Not only does it have this just annoying skulls, but it also, if you fall to the bottom of it, you have to go all the way back through the abandoned gardens. So the main gimmick of this area is there are these 3 poison generators that you must destroy. Destroying them will open various gates that will lead to the boss. And that's pretty much it. We don't really gain anything too special, but we do gain something nice for going through this area. But if we fall, like we did just there, we have to go all the way down and back around and through the entire area again. And you can't get back up once you fall. And then there are rooms like this. There are just massive arenas filled with so many enemies. And you can see the blades will just, they never deteriorate. They just, this area is a real pain. We're at such low health already, and destroying these poison generators is a massive pain as well, because you will often jump and like attach to the side of them. Now the reason I'm fighting these enemies is hopefully that they'll drop souls or spirits so that I can gain some health back. Fortunately, these two do. So we have 2 poison generators down and just 1 more to go. I do want to fight these enemies, as I said earlier, because we do still want to get drops when we can. Now the final poison generator is all the way down at the bottom. We can just use our cancel there to get through that room. I don't actually know if there's anything in that room. I've never really explored it. So now with all these poison generators down, we can go all the way back through the abandoned gardens and go back to the top. You might remember this area as where we fought the boss of the abandoned gardens, so that's pretty cool. Now, this time we will not fall. I hope. Getting across this room with the swinging platforms, there's a nice little piece of treasure that we absolutely must pick up. It is some more Tahamagane. We're going to be picking up a lot of that in this episode. Now we could continue onward and go fight the boss, but there's one more treasure that I'd like to get, but for some reason I fell off the platform, even though I was clearly standing on it. The treasure chest I wanted to get is over here. It's a spirit crystal, and while they're not exactly like uncommon, you know, they are a crafting item, and I don't think that we need all of them, but I'm not going to go back and get it, at least not in this video. Let's just continue onward to the boss. Fortunately, we can take this door here and go back up to the boss, although it's very easy to fall here because of course it is. Fortunately, the boss of this area is not nearly as annoying as the area itself. So, let's fight Grand Assassin Ragano. I like this guy's design. He's like some sort of weird tree Grim Reaper guy with... Anyway, he's actually really easy, but he does have the same gimmick as the area where he does have a poison generator, which we would like to destroy. Not that we have to worry about being poisoned ourselves due to our anti-venom elixir, but it's nice to get this green crap off the screen, because it is just rather annoying, and, you know, stuff hides in it. Like, I didn't even know I was going to get hit by that weird void thing. I don't know. So with the poison generator down, we can concentrate on Ragano. He's fairly easy, especially with Lightning Chain, because you can just do this, you know, couple hit combo over and over again, then hit him with Lightning Chain, do the couple hit combo, hit him with Lightning Chain, and there's not much that he can do about it. If you're really smart, you can actually knock him into the air with the launcher, and then use the air Lightning Chain as well. And of course, just like some of the other bosses, when he turns invisible, if he's bleeding, you can see where he's going to go. But he generally just appears on the opposite end of the room. He's almost dead. There we have it. And we were able to get triple S. That's pretty cool. Especially since the reward is 3+ luck. Oh, so much luck. And we also get the Fine Blade as the reward for him, which will be useful for crafting a very particular weapon. So let's continue onward. Of course, we'll hit this save point. Now, there's not much left to do in the Tainted Lab. Back down in this room, there's a door that we can use the Divine Key to open, and that will bring us to basically our next area. We still have to fight through this awkward stairwell. And it is awkward, because, you know, diagonals and 2D games doesn't always work out. We'll have to fight one of these void guys again, or gals, I should say. They're quick work. These 3 demon assassins, though, I'm trying to parry them for some reason, I don't know. But... So now we're in a new area. If we were to continue onward, and we're going to continue on for at least a little bit, this is where we are going to go. This is to the end of the game. But the ghost of Moira, Wyatt's grandmother, is here. And she says if we bring her something called the Teachings of Lifeblade, she will teach us something. What she will teach us is an incredibly powerful focus finisher that takes, I think, 75% of our maximum health or something like that whenever you use it. We'll pick it up later on in this episode. For now, here's the Sunken Prisons. I'm not going to explore too much of the Sunken Prisons at the moment, but they're I suppose, an interesting area. For now, we're just going to go through this door over here. This will bring us back to a sort of little hidden area of the Lost Gardens. Or I guess these are sort of like the abandoned gardens, but... Anyway, in this room, if we did not fight the Raven, guess what? This is where you fight the Raven if you didn't fight him before. And the fight is a bit different. Of course, you know, the room is much larger, and we don't have the terrible ceiling thing, the low ceiling, so he's a bit easier in that regard. But after you get his health down a certain bit, he will start summoning enemies. And that can make him a little bit more tricky. Now, he's not that hard. In fact, you can see I'm pretty much just going up to him and just spamming attack. And that's working fairly well. Although, still hitting pretty hard. But the fight is pretty much identical, and he's over quick enough. Forget what you get for beating him the first time, but this time you get a skill point, so that's nice. Now, this, of course, was in a different save file. So, back to the real timeline. There's not much to the Lost Gardens. It's fairly small here. It's just a linear path. Pretty much only serves to have the Raven fight if you don't fight him before, and a couple of other enemies. Although it is a bridge between the sanctuary and the library. So here we are back in the library. You may have seen that divine key door earlier, but here there's a couple of things that we can pick up. If we visit Damon, I think we can get some stuff. We don't quite have, if we only had a warrior's plate. Ah well. We'll get meditation and whatever the other one, I didn't quite catch the name. Cord cutter. There's a couple other things that I would like to pick up, and some new guys that we didn't see before. We didn't talk to the panda. Doesn't have anything to say. It's just a sleepy panda band. Panda band? Whatever. I think we already looked at these guys. There's really nothing that we want to pick up from either of these. Although we will be picking up a new accessory. Don't think any of these guys have anything else to say. There is Snoofy here. Snoofy? Whatever. She gives you a rather bizarre focus finisher, where you can basically summon in various spirits. So I figure, why don't we buy the feral one? I might forget to use it, but that's okay. Come on. No, come on. There you go. Oh. Now there is something very important down here that we can learn from Rena. We will learn a focus finisher called Plan B. And what this will do is it'll summon a helper of one of the 4 playable characters. So it's pretty cool. Now, back to the Sunken prison. So, the Sunken prison, you generally, if you're coming from this area, you want to go down. Because there's a hidden area in the Sunken prison. If we continue this way, we will find it. This area is also rotten with ferals, although it's a really great place to gain all the sort of feral spirits if that's what you need. You can also come here fairly early on. We actually don't need the divine key to get into this area, as we'll see later on. This current here is kind of a pain. Now, the Sunken prison does like to do nasty little tricks, as you saw. Likes to hide enemies and then have them appear. Kind of annoying. Especially when you're trying to get through timed areas. Ooh, we're gonna cut this one close. Ah, but we made it. So down this hallway, we'll find the 4th and final town. Hidden way down here has some rather unique items that we can get. And its inhabitants are rather unique as well. Apparently these people have been disconnected from the rest of the world for many, many years. So it seems like this is a town of all angels and demons. These guys have been here since the fall of the city. So, and had no part in the actual attack on Valdis. So what we will find in the city is various craftsmen, like this guy who will craft accessories, and this ninja scroll. I don't know, it sounds pretty good. And we're actually going to pick it up. I've never actually used it previous to this, but looking at it, it did sound good. All these other ones sound a bit too, I don't know, I don't really like the penalties on any of the accessories in this game. But the ninja scroll, minus 20 resist is not too bad. Especially considering the armor we are just going to get. And we can always, counter that with elixirs and stuff. So it doesn't really explain what a jutsu is, but you'll see soon enough. Basically, we just teleport behind guys when we parry them, and that's pretty rad. Oh, it looks like the chief had fought the Yeti. There's something very interesting about that. We'll see that in a little bit. First, we have to talk to Scrappy McPappy and Joey Coco. I assume these names are probably from Kickstarter backers or something. Anyway, this guy will upgrade some of the armor that we haven't seen, but he'll also give us the armor of the Grey Knight, which if we only had 3 more greater feral spirits, we'll get them. We'll go ahead and get those right now. I should have edited this all out, huh? Anyway. So I'm going to go off and grind for those three greater spirits, and in the meantime, however, if you do not kill the Yeti when you can, he comes back and pretty much kills everybody in this town. So with this Yeti fight, it's sort of similar to the Raven fight in that he'll start to summon new monsters, and that can be very annoying. I think this fight is a little tougher than the original Yeti fight, and it's a little tougher than the sort of Raven refight. But at this point of the game, like, you're doing so much damage, the Yeti's probably not going to be a problem. Although, honestly, you should have fought him earlier on, because what you can get from this town is better than what you can get from the Yeti. And now we'll see that Plan B focus finisher, but just barely. We have Vladin with us, and he'll stay with us until we go to the next screen. But just like Tegrum, walking around this empty area, it'll play the same sort of sad music, and you'll see everybody's dead. You also might notice that there are spikes on the upper area of the walls where there weren't earlier, so that way you can't somehow escape from this area, but that's pretty much it. Anyway, back to the main timeline. Why don't we go get that Grey Knight armor? The stats here are misleading, because they're actually way higher. Those stats are if it was a level 1 armor, but it comes to us as a level 3 armor. And the stats are crazy high! 12 plus strength, 72 plus armor. Where is it? There it is. That's what we were wearing, the Goeb Niu, or whatever, armor. And you can see it also protects you from poison, burn, and corruption. It emits a shield. If we didn't have that one skill, we could actually... it's the exact same sort of purple shield that we already have around us. So now let's go on and continue the rest of the Sunken prison, because there is some treasure that we can pick up. Going down through this area will bring us to basically the rest of the area, but unfortunately we have to go through that. We have to activate that mana crystal. We can't do that through the wall, of course. Now this is a very tricky jump to get there. You definitely need double jump to activate that crystal. You can't quite get it from there. I think you can make it from that area, but it's a little tricky. Of course, you can't quite make it from there either. So of course what you need to do is place down an ice tower, and then double jump up there. Getting back is rather easy though. For these big guys, you can't pull with Lightning Chain, but you can deal damage with them, and he was kind enough to drop an ancient coin. The jump here can be rather tricky, depending on where those guys spawn, but fortunately we didn't have much of a problem with them. And we have to kill that siren to open the gate to get out of this room, but... Also, thought I had a different... I thought I had Plan B equipped, but oops, I was going to show it off. Oh well. We don't really need to fight these guys, but I'm trying to do the parry. There we go, so I can show off what jutsu is. This is going to be a common thing where I'm trying to show off this parry and just not able to. So let's just continue onward. Saw that treasure chest there, and that of course is our ultimate goal for this room. So I'm still trying to do parries here, and failing miserably. Despite it showing as if I'm like holding down guard, I'm actually releasing it, but there's a window of where like the guard animation is, so that if you're like, you know, hitting the guard button over and over again, it actually won't cancel your guard. Anyway, we got some more Tahamagane. Or Tamamagane? However it's pronounced, regardless. Anyway, we want to go down and exit through the bottom of the sewers, or the prison. Just want to remember to equip the correct focus finisher. Now we're at the lower central skyway. I question something that can be called a lower skyway, but whatever. This is a little area that that holds an interesting little secret. In this room with these two brutes, if we come back to it, there's a chance that it'll spawn a particularly interesting NPC. An NPC called Fisherman Gully. He doesn't say much, but fish will start jumping out of the water, and if you attack them, eventually something odd will happen. And you do have to attack all of them. You have to successfully kill all these fishes, otherwise it won't happen. This is what happens. The sea turns red, and a bizarre hermit crab comes out and will drop an archferal spirit. And that is the second of the archferal spirits that we've gotten. The first was from the Feral Man-o-War. That's all to do with Fisherman Gully. Now this will lead back up to Herc. We could have come down here at any time after completing the Fire Temple. So, next area we want to go is the ancient mausoleum. We'll talk to the guard here, because we didn't get to talk to him earlier. But why don't we just jump cut to the ancient mausoleum, right now? There we go. Much like the abandoned gardens, the ancient mausoleum does hold some treasures that we could not get earlier. And these treasures come pretty fast, so I'm not going to edit out much of the combat here. These sort of upgraded angels are nowhere near as annoying as the upgraded demons. They're still kind of a pain. Although we'll see the really bad ones later on in this video, oh my god. Anyway, we got more Tamahagane. Of course, I am going to be killing most of the enemies that I come across in hopes to get more polished stones and other basic crafting materials. So you might have remembered in the save room over here, there was a tomb or a grave. We bought flowers in the other episode. So what happens if we put the flowers on the grave? Well, we get a heart charm or health charm. I believe that is the final health charm. There might be one more. Something in this room is different too. I'm not quite sure when they changed it, but at some point after the start of this LP, this room was changed. You can see instead of having a sort of switch gate over there, they put a follow-away block. I don't know why they did this, but they decided to. Maybe there was some sort of way that you could get stuck in that room or something. Who knows. Anyway, up in this old boss room, if we climb this wall here, we can get an ancient coin. So yay, more ancient coins. Now, there was something I forgot to do. Some of you folks might be well aware of what that is. I forgot to buy a warm potion. And unfortunately, while our fancy new armor does, I believe, protect us from freeze, it does not protect us from cold areas. But we'll stick with it for now. And what we want is in this room. See that red chest? That holds the final piece of armor that we have yet to pick up. There's also another secret. A secret that we need to light these torches with. I try to use Dragon Fist, but its hitbox is really wonky, and because of that, we're gonna actually have to go through this area twice. I wonder if you can use the other fire moves. I bet you can. I didn't try. Regardless, lighting all the torches will do something really interesting. Hear that sound? So we can't get through this gate, but down below here, hey, it's a fire siren. This is essentially the only one in the game, although we might be seeing her in the next episode. Unfortunately, our good armor makes them deal pretty much 0 damage, so that's nice. Because otherwise, this guy would be really rough. And for defeating her, we get the final feral spirit. But we still want to go and grab that armor. We could have done this pretty much as the first time that we come across this room, but it's a little easier once you have double jump and like a couple more skill cancels. Our reward is the Wanderer Raiment. It's pretty good, you know, plus strength and agility. Gives us some critical damage. Kills grant bonus damage for 5 seconds, which you would think would be really good, but against bosses, it's just... I don't know. I think we're gonna stick with the armor of the Grey Knights, at least for now. There is one other empty armor slot there, but I don't think there's actually any armor that goes in there. At least as far as I'm aware. Now we would want to go up here. In fact, we're going to, just for now, so that we can get the Teaching of the Lifeblade. How nice. We should continue onward, but we're not going to, just yet. Not only is there one more chest that we can pick up there. I almost walked past it. But we also wanted to go back and get a warm potion. So now with our warm potion on, we can go through this door here and go to the Hallow, whatever it is. Here we find some top-level angel enemies, and whew, are they brutal. These marksmen will dash through your lightning attacks, so that's no good. We've been here once before, so we should be familiar with this area. Unfortunately, our fancy new armor does not protect from silence. And we have this area. Ooh. This can be really annoying because you actually have to go around, and if you fall down, well, oh boy. It can be very hard to get out of here. I think you do have to wait until you use, and for some reason I couldn't dash through him. I don't know why. Oh well. Hit this switch. Come to some more lightning enemies. Some more marksmen. That's pretty much all that's in this room. This is of course a very optional area and you never have to come in it. But there are some good treasures in here. Ooh, a gem of purity. Nice. I don't know quite why they have a skeleton key here, but there is a boss, so maybe that's why. This is a pretty cool boss, I have to say. He uses a sniper rifle, and having the jutsu or the ninja scroll is very nice. Also, this is Plan B in action. You can see we have Rena helping us, although she's currently frozen. But having the jutsu because you can parry his sniper rifle hit, which is pretty fucking awesome. You'll really easily knock him down, and really gives this this fight Just, I don't know. I just really like this fight. This fight's a lot of fun. Although we are using all of our mana potions, or spirit potions, I should say. Unfortunately, Reyna still spends the entire fight frozen for the most part. Ah, we only got an A rank. But hey, -5 mana cost, I guess that's pretty good. We also get Sacred Resin. Now over here is where we want to go, but I honestly am gonna go find the save point. And plus there are still some more of the Hallow or Halo or however it's pronounced to do. Namely this room. Oh, don't quite have the right item for that. There we go. Hey, we got another mana charm. So I think there are 6 mana charms and 5 health potions? Or 5 health charms? That's very strange. Ooh. Continuing onward. We've seen this room before. We stepped into it once. Before running away. Way back when we were exploring the sewer. And that's where it'll take us. There's a save point in the sewer, so I'm going to go to that. And then we're going to go back. So, through this area is one of 3 incredibly difficult bosses. Getting to this boss is also kind of annoying. Alright, we got through the time part, but of course you can't just dash. Here we go. So we have an angel and an inconspicuous eye. That, of course, is the Eye of Alaga. You might remember the story that Vladin told us about Moira chopping out the eyes of Alaga and her sister when they attacked the city. So now we are fighting basically the avatar of Alaga. This isn't, actually her. And this fight, of the 3 super difficult boss battles, is definitely the easiest one, especially with the warm potion. It's also nice that we have Vladin here. He will help us out by dealing some fire damage, which is nice. Alaga is pretty annoying because she does like to guard, and then you have to go around her. He doesn't have that sweet hammer, though. She likes to do this move where she hits the ground and sends ice across it. It's very much in your favor to try to get behind her if you see her do that. She usually does that if she teleports away from you. So... you can also parry it, though, just like that, so that's pretty rad. If you do get hit by it, though, you're silenced, and it's not good to be silenced. Fortunately, it didn't last too long. once you get it down to about half health, she'll start doing this sort of bubble, and I believe if the bar fills up, she will start healing herself, although I have not let it happen. Looks like Plan B gave us the Dragon Lady, which I totally am blanking on her name. But having anybody there to sort of, you know, take aggro while you sort of hit her from behind is really good. And just like that, the Eye of Alaga is down. We were even able to get an S rank. Now, the eye itself is not actually useful. It doesn't, you know, it's not an accessory or anything cool like that. It's nothing that you can actually use or equip. But we'll see what it does once we beat the game. There's one other thing I wanted to show off. If you do not revive Isk, recharge the mana core for Isk, this happens some point after you get the divine key. Just like the other towns, everybody is just sort of gone. And that same sad music plays. Even Sezi is gone. And of course the area is cold, so you're constantly taking damage. Another interesting thing is that the Guardian Temple is also all cold, despite there still being fire enemies here. So anyway, as always, I've been DW. Thank you for watching. Yeah. Bye.